up YouTube? Happy Monday. Today is a beautiful day, as you can see. It's a different setup. We have the pool here, and I am with my friend Hannah, and we're gonna be talking about horse riding. I have 5 questions for her to ask her about it because she's much in advance. I'm a newbie, it's only been 3 months in horse riding. So first of all, we're gonna let Hannah introduce herself, where she's from, how old is she, and stuff.
So I'm 21. I'm from Cheshire in England, but not
South.
No, north. But if you've seen Real Housewives of Cheshire, we aren't all like that. I'm working here as an au pair for the summer with, and we're neighbours, which is great. We get to see each other all the time, hang out at the pool, whatever.
How
it's great.
Cool is that? How cool is that? All right, so let's start with the questions. For how long have you been horse riding?
I have been horse riding for about 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah. My mum first put me on a horse when I was 6 months old, and then I first started riding when I was about 2.
See, how cool is that?
So, quite a while.
Quite a while. So she has a lot of experience in this one. But I had this question, that is horse riding a sport in your opinion? What do you think? So tell me what you think.
I think it's a sport. It's competitive. Anything that's competitive is a sport, because it's like, you could argue that, say, golf isn't a sport because you don't break a sweat, you don't work physically hard, but it's a sport because you're competing with somebody. Yeah. It is also a hobby. You can call it your sport or your hobby or both, because it's a hobby, it's fun, it's a thing that you get passionate about, and it's a hobby as well, but it is a sport. They wouldn't have it in the Olympics if it wasn't a sport. Yeah.
And not only that, I was surprised myself, because I thought, okay, this is easy peasy. And it's not. Once you start trotting or canter, it's like, okay, this it requires for you to be up and down, do and move your leg, use your legs. Come on, I got sore legs next day.
Yeah, I remember.
It is a sport, and I'm into fitness, so I can, in my opinion, I think it is a sport. And next question, are horses any different from ponies?
Technically, they're the same animal. It's not like a zebra and a horse. It's the same animal, but horses are bigger. So when they get to a certain height, they become from ponies to horses. So, so you measure horses in hands and inches. So one hand is 4 inches. It's made up of 4 inches. So you can say a horse is 14 hands. You can say it's 14.2 hands, which means 14 hands and 2 inches. When it becomes 14.3 hands, that means it's crossed over from pony to horse. Okay. So 14.2 is the maximum a pony can be. Any bigger than that, it becomes a horse.
Wow. Okay.
The difference is, as well, horses tend to get injured more easily, I find, because they're big, they're clumsy. It's like somebody, say, a really, really tall, lanky person. They're likely to, be a bit more clumsy, and they can often, they'll slip in the field, they'll rip a tendon, whereas ponies tend to be more sporty, and they can look after themselves better, I generally consider.
And also their size, and they look so cute.
They do. Ponies are cute. Ponies are cute. Really cute.
All right, so next question. How much does a horse cost?
That can
vary. A general idea.
Okay, that can vary massively, like really massively. So you can, a good horse, like 15 hands high, a good little horse, 2,000 maybe, 3,000. You can pick one up from a market for 300.
300 euro. Okay.
But then you
have
that's
to
like a
invest in the bed.
Right? You don't know if it's going to be a crazy ass horrible horse. You don't know. You don't know, because you're just buying it from a market. On the other hand, you could, so like 3,000 is, I'd say, is like the average, at least in England it is anyway. But you could go the whole other end of the scale, and it could be like 20,000 for a show jumper, or for like an Olympic horse, they're like 60,000.
Olympic horse is 60,000. pounds. It costs kind of like whatever you would pay for a car.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can
Almost.
buy a beautiful new Lamborghini with a like just fuck the horse. Sorry.
But then horses are become more like they are animated. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's your friend.
Yeah. Exactly. And the good thing about a horse, you don't put fuel in it. You don't have to get an MOT. You know, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's great, and I love horses. I had to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Do you have any advice that you would like to give to beginners about when you first start, in horse riding? You don't know a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess with horse riding is because everyone goes into it thinking like, oh, it looks dead easy, and then they get on and they realise actually it's not easy. Like somebody.
Like somebody we know, I thought it was a piece of cake. Nah.
I mean, it's easy for me to say because I've been doing it since I was a baby.
Yeah.
But I guess for somebody starting, when they aren't like a child, it's harder to learn, I think, and then it's easier to get put off and to think, oh, I can't be bothered, or it's too difficult, or whatever. But to be patient, I'd say, because it's like riding a bike. It's really difficult and scary to start with, but then once you learn, it becomes so easy and so natural, and you won't forget how to do it.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Believe it or not, I remember my first lessons, my first up to the third and 4th. I prayed.
You pray.
I prayed while I was on the horse because I felt like I'm a kind of like I had the tendency of being a control freak. So being an animal, and it's like all your control freakness that you have, boom, it's like, no, I'm out of control here.
Yeah.
This is somebody else.
Out of
It's
your comfort zone. Yeah.
out of my comfort zone, because I was like, what you do now? What if the horse,
Decides it just wants to buck you off and.
I
Yeah.
was so and I
Yeah.
was scared. I remember being scared, so I prayed. I follow my instructor advice, and I follow everything. And I remember praying, and I was as soon as I finished my class, I would go home and I Google and I will do some researches and what mistakes to avoid and
Yeah.
things like that, because I noticed that it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. I
No.
totally admire people that are into this, because it requires some strength and also some trust in the animal, because animals are still animals and unpredictable. They
Yeah,
can be
that's true.
trained, but
That's true,
you're
yeah.
I think you need some
At the end
sort
of
of.
the day, they're still wild.
They're still
You
wild,
can train them, but they're still a wild animal.
and also they get scared for
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
strong wind or anything that is
Yeah.
flying around, like
Noise. Yeah.
noises and stuff. They have very sensitive ears, seems like, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was on my second month of horse riding. We were at the horse riding school, and there was a plastic
Plastic
bag
bag.
flying, and one of the horses was so scared.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what is happening? I thought someone, was having an injury or something. No, it was just the horse going wild. It's because this,
Yeah.
plastic bag was flying around.
Because to him, that could be an animal, a crazy, blood-sucking, flesh-eating
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
A horse is, one goal is to survive. So
Yeah.
if he thinks there's anything that's weird, that's not to be trusted,
Yeah.
he's not going to trust it, and he's going to try and get as far away from it as he can, basically.
Wow. Yes, I saw that. I noticed.
You saw it firsthand.
I saw that. I was like, oh, poor horse. He doesn't know, that it's
He
not
doesn't
a
know,
predator.
it's just a plastic bag
just-
from Tesco or something, whatever.
Yeah, all right. Wow. I hope you enjoyed this conversation about horse riding. And I'm very thankful that Hannah gave me, and how lucky I am that I have someone that is so much in advance in horse riding, and it's the coincidence that she lives right here, like 3 blocks
Yeah,
away
literally
from
just
here.
walked across the road. Just, yeah.
So lucky, and she's here. Come on, I just want to see you horse riding. I'm pretty sure you're good at jumping. What are you in the advance? I don't know much about
Yeah, I
things
used
that
to.
you can do with
I
horse.
used to do show jumping and eventing mostly. In fact, when I went to the riding lesson the other week, the saddle was really uncomfortable. So I asked the instructor, "Can I just take it off and ride without?" And she said, yeah. I was amazed that she said yeah, because I mean,
Usually they don't.
yeah,
you know.
in England, the health and safety with horses is through the roof. Like, it's crazy. You can't do anything anymore in England with a horse because health and safety is just mad. But here, like, she was just like, yeah, take it off. I was like, really? She was like, yeah, sure, if you want. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So I took the saddle off. It was great. We were cantering around, jumping. It was so much more fun, and the horse was so much more happy.
Oh
great.
man! Because in
great.
Spain everything is laid back here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have
More
no health and
relaxed.
safety. I love it. It's great.
But
It's so great.
it's good because wow, you got that opportunity. I want to go and see how
Yeah.
she rides a horse. So mad advanced. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. It's Monday, and yeah, hopefully I will see you tomorrow for another video. And say bye to the camera.
Wow.